And welcome back, folks, to Chair League. And tonight is the last week of Chair League Season 2. That's week 16, 12. And with me, as always, is my co-caster, New Type. How you doing, New Type?
I'm doing all right. It's been a very long day for New Type here. We're not going to talk about just how quickly I accidentally almost missed the call, but we're good. We're good. No, it's a pro division game tonight. We've got two strong teams here, two uh, sort of old grizzled teams here with us. Both teams with very long records here in Chair League. We have with us here tonight Mortal Esports and Adults with Jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Adults with Jobs, and Mortal Esports, pardon me, having met recently about a month ago in the Pro Division. Mortal Esports currently with a 4-7 record, and Adults with Jobs with a 1-9 record. At their last weigh-in, Mortal Esports did prevail over Adults with Jobs 2-0 in that contest. So we'll see if they have any, if they can maintain their current advantage over Adults with Jobs, or if Adults with Jobs has something in their pocket to even out this matchup.
Mm-hmm. So it should be interesting. So Adults with Job is the first map pick tonight, and they have picked Battlefield of Eternity, the good old. It's such a staple map nowadays. I've seen a lot of teams really like or prefer this map.
Both the Diablo theme maps have really become competitive standards. You're seeing Battlefield of Eternity and Infernal Shrines getting picked far more consistently than maps like Garden of Terror or Blackheart's Bay, which are if community opinion fell any lower on those two maps, they would be buried next to dinosaur bones.
Next to Haunted Mines.
Yeah. They would be. You could find them buried in haunted mines. But yeah,
Rip.
no. As you alluded to there, Mortal Esports is going to be the home team. Is going to have the first pick and the first ban tonight, whereas Adults with Jobs is going to have the first pick with maps. So, Mortal Esports, they've got the first pick on this map. What sort of advantages can they gather from having that advantage?
Well, I mean, MVP Black versus Tempest was a great map or great match over last weekend, I think.
Recently, yeah.
On this map, that was something to take away. I think I think recently I've been playing a lot of Lunara on this map, and I really enjoy her contributions. Taronda is also excellent on this map for the objectives. This is one of the ones. There's only really two maps that have reliable objective boss killing.
Mm-hmm.
You have Garden of Terror and you have this one, and so really the heroes that focus on the non-team fights have an opportunity to show themselves here.
Yeah, no, I agree. There's a very good likelihood. There's a very good likelihood of Lunara. You don't have to concentrate on laning or wave clear nearly as aggressively on this map as you have to on other maps. So heroes with heroes that are a little less effective on the objective, like heroes like Kael'thas, who are almost this insta-lock material on almost every other map, I feel are slightly less valuable on Battlefield of Eternity. That being said, you can kind of have two options when you're playing this map. You can go for the objective race, or you can try for the team fight composition to just go, okay, the objective phase has begun. Let's not bother with attacking the opposing mortal. Let's attack the opposing team, and let's get some kills so that their DPS suffers. I found cell phone. I found that a lot of teams generally, at least in the lower divisions of Chair League, generally go for sort of a more traditional team fight centered teams when they do this,
Mhm.
and sort of those Lunara strategies, those more,
Taronda.
yeah, yeah, those are a little bit more in the line of the higher division teams. Sorry, my cell phone is like just it's lighting up like a Christmas tree right now.
It's
Um,
okay. We're still waiting on Mortal Esports here, so we just gotta, pretend like we're making things happen.
oh yeah,
You
oh,
know, the
oh yeah,
eternal wait.
I love it. Well, the
Um,
clock is ticking. The clock is ticking. Mortal Esports may fall to the ravages of time.
that would be so frustrating. I mean,
Ah, well, the tough.
I know. It's they've had was it 12 weeks plus the all of season 1 to to get used to this. So,
Very true. Sorry, I have to adjust my microphone here. It's
it's okay.
being all janky and wonky. How's everyone doing out there in the audience? All
Oh, there we
two
go.
of you.
There
Who we
we
got?
go. We got a person.
Yeah,
All
very
right.
nice.
So,
Welcome, welcome. We love having you here.
oh. Well, the Mortal Esports is currently stuck in a game. Should be here in 5, according to the Whisper.
I hope so.
Uh, so
Since I gotta step away real quick, my phone is really going bonkers, and I gotta figure out what the deal is. I'm getting
okay.
call after call after call.
All
I will
right.
return promptly here.
That's okay. I will keep the chat room company. uh, let's see here more. Okay, sorry. Yeah. So let's see what else about Battlefield of Eternity. One of the only 2-lane maps left in this game. Um, so there have been a lot of great games recently played on Battlefield of Eternity in the pro scene, and like we said earlier, it's been favored a lot by the pro teams, and for good reason. It because there's only 2 lanes, it allows you to really try some strategies out that aren't familiar on the 3-lane maps. You can have those comps with with oh my gosh. Abathur. You can have. I mean, back in the day, about last year's BlizzCon, we had an amazing amazing play from Cloud9 and Fan. I believe Fan played an Abathur that went a huge push build on this map, and actually won because of Fan's Abathur, and obviously that's years. A year ago, but it's the fact remains that the 2-lane maps are so rare that that you're it's hard to find opportunities to play these weird strats, weird comps. You can try, you can actually try no tank comps in this one. I've seen a couple of pro teams play, Illidan. Like Illidan, maybe 2 support, maybe 1 support. Illidan, Tassadar, Tyrande, and like Jaina or Kael'thas or something. Li Ming. It gives you those opportunities that to play these weird maps because there's so much smoke as well. You can choose whether or not you want to engage, and most of the time you're fighting. You're not really laning. You're not really. There's not really a huge amount of laning on this map, and so you have the opportunities to focus on heroes that can do really well on team fights, and you can have the
Apologies.
opportunity.
That that was annoying. Sorry, my phone would not stop ringing.
Yeah. Well, welcome back.
That was just unfortunate. Anyways,
Okay.
So we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about this game that's coming up.
Yeah, I was just telling them about, or at least the audience about, the potential for weird plays on this map. The ability for teams to actually not draft a tank. This is actually.
It's a weird one, but yeah, no, you're right.
Hmm.
If you've got enough people who can sort of stall for time,
Hmm.
and you've got that one reliable damage dealer,
Oh God, Lunar is so good.
Lunar is good. I mean, in some lower level teams and some of the very highest level teams, you see sort of a well executed protect the siege tank composition actually viable on this map. It's very very
Oh,
very rarely used,
I forgot about Siege
but
Tank.
yeah,
Yeah, we
siege
haven't.
siege tank Morales gets played very infrequently, but every once in a while on this map. I can't say I'm the hugest fan of it. I think an effective team can really counterdraft that,
Hmm.
but you do see it brought up as something that people do run out on this map. It's kind of wild.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, no. We'll see what's going on. We're still waiting on Mortal Esports.
Yeah, they're 27 minutes into their game.
Tell them to hurry up and wipe so that we can start the new game. We need people hurry up and lose.
Go feed.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I would love to be watching that game actually right now, just to get a feel for how people are playing. I know Esquire Sandwich was, if I remember, casted last season's finals. I remember his name at least. So we should expect to see some, impressive play at the very least. Uh, all plays, good play. It's just about it being impressive, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
Oh
yeah.
God, I really like the ETC plays, man. ETC plays from. I was just watching the finals from MVP Black and Tempest. Oh,
I
jeez.
mean, if you're a fan of Heroes of the Storm and you've actually, watched Heroes of the Storm matches, if you have not watched the DreamHack finals, you're doing yourself a disservice. You need to go and do that as soon as you're done watching us. Um, but it was absolute treat. It was one of the best sets I've ever seen played in this game.
Hmm.
Um, it was one of the most gripping sets I've seen played in this game. It was not one of those sort of 3-0 blowouts that you sometimes see. Oftentimes I feel that if you watch these tournaments, the semifinals end up being these really desperate clashes, and then the finals end up just being like absolute just slaughters, like just curb stomps of a match where it's like, it didn't go out too well.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, the one thing that I noticed. Oh, okay. Escort Sandwich is almost here. So,
All right, cool.
um,
They've got 3 minutes. I'm sorry, I'm a stickler for the 10-minute rule. You know me, I'm kind of a jerk. Um, but yeah, um, so we've talked about basic compositions for this map. I mean, what other maps do you think we might see tonight? We talked about the general disdain in the populace for Garden of Terror and Blackheart's Bay. Battlefield of Eternity is out. What sort of second map do you think we might get from a team like Mortal Esports?
ooh, that's a tough question. I think Dragon Share is a favorite. It really allows first pick to get a little bit of an advantage. Now, Mortal is actually not going to get first pick next map,
Yeah, I don't
so
know. I feel like having the first pick on Dragonshire gives you a huge advantage. You can
mhm,
really stifle people and grab a really powerful global hero. I think if you're gonna play a map where you're guaranteed to not get first pick, I would think you might go for something where that pick is less critical, like a map like Tomb of the Spider Queen, or a map like
mhm,
or Infernal Shrines. We talked about how those two maps, the two Diablo maps, are really, 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 really strong and really favored by the population.
mhm. Yeah, and so we actually do have both teams in the lobby now. So I'm going to go ahead and get the
Oh
get the
yeah.
show on the road here. Make sure everyone gets their proper proper links here. Uh,
All right, so we talked about maps, we talked about compositions. Let's talk about picks and bans. Both teams, bam, immediately, almost simultaneous readying. Mortal Esports, as we mentioned, with the first pick and the first ban.
mhm.
Synth, what's your gut pick?
All
What are
right,
you thinking here?
BOE.
Mortal
I
is
don't want to say okay. I was gonna say I don't want to say Kael'thas for first pick because Kael'thas is not a good first pick ban.
well,
Um,
and Mortal has that first pick,
mhm,
so they want to be banning out someone that they
yeah,
don't want adults with. So adults bans the Kael'thas, Mortal with the first pick. What are we thinking here? Do they
Li
go
Ming,
with the immediate Li Ming? I can see Li Ming being all right on this map. Her
Falstad.
single target DPS is pretty darn good,
Falstad's viable as well, but
and
Li
there
Ming.
is the Li Ming. Yeah.
All right. No, giving the other team Li Ming is something that you just don't want to do. You know, it's
Yeah, but you can build around it. You can build one crazy divey team and just go straight for her. Anyways,
yeah.
adults with jobs with the counter picks. We see them pick up the
Oh,
Lunara and Sylvanas.
oh,
They
wow.
are
That
playing. They are going straight for the objective. They are
okay.
playing an objective focused composition. They have to win those immortals though, because if Mortal Esports drafts appropriately, their team fight, Mortal Esports' team fight composition could potentially just absolutely just wreck adults with jobs composition.
Yeah, I think adults with jobs might be focusing towards getting an ETC for control. You need somebody who can control the poke. You have to be able to control the outline. So they might actually go for a dual warrior adults with jobs. Mortal looks to be pretty meta at this point with the Rhaegar pickup.
You think they're going to go with the second support?
Uh,
Rhaegar pretty early here. Generally, you
no,
go with
it would be
your off support first.
yeah. No, if it's a Rhaegar pick, I'm guessing Muradin or Muradin or well,
So I'd like to see Sonya here. She has good DPS, and with a leap or with any sort of ultimate ability, both leap and wrath make her very dangerous against Lunara. And
ooh,
similarly, Greymane is
yeah,
another good pick.
yes,
Greymane has phenomenal single target DPS in his melee form, and is going to be an absolute nightmare for both Sylvanas and Lunara. If Rhaegar's capable of getting the slow off, Lunara is going to get absolutely gobbled up by Greymane and Li Ming.
So Zagara ban is pretty targeted towards just removing sight away from the other team. I think they really don't want to be caught out with their Lunara Sylvanas. They really want to focus on being able to silently poke, and just
I think
take down things.
Mortal is probably gonna. I feel like they might want to ban the ETC here. They don't
Yeah.
really have any means of interrupting ETC at the moment,
Hmm.
and giving adults with jobs that strength right there. They go with Brightwing instead. That's also
Okay.
pretty. That's also a pretty credible ban. They've not picked their support yet, and they go to double support Tastar Tyrande. This
Okay.
team, I mean, like I'm. They need some beef one way or another.
Yeah.
They need something like somebody that can take a punch.
Yeah.
Tassadar and Tyrande are going to be able to support.
This is not going to
that
be an
tank.
ETC pick. This is Tastar Tyrande do not and Lunar Sylvanas do not work well with ETC.
They don't really have a solid follow up for a mosh pit. There's no
Yeah.
blow up for that team for this team. I mean,
However, Mortal might have an opportunity for an ETC. I mean, Greymane Rhaegar, there's some opportunity there, but I think they might pick up Thrall with a self sustainer because they adults with jobs has Tastar as the laner. So or Sylvanas actually, but they're gonna pick up Falstad.
They go with Falstad. You know, I can see exactly. I think we're gonna see Mighty Gust from Falstad. We're gonna see aggressive flights, and we're gonna see gusting back into the waiting arms of Greymane, Rhaegar, and Li Ming. I think that's what this Falstad is looking to do. This is what their composition, because Tyrande is not particularly mobile. Sylvanas has her Banshee escape with her E, and there is the ETC. So I think we're gonna expect gusts into ETC moshes. Tyrande currently with the only reliable consistent interrupt. We do see potentially Wailing Arrow from Sylvanas to interrupt, but right now. Adults with jobs, I feel like they're getting pinched here. I feel like they're in a weird spot here with this draft. Lunar and Sylvanas, drafted with the expectation that they're going to win Immortals, but I think Immortal Esports is just going to literally go for the throat They're going to forego the immortal phase. They're going to go right for the team fight. And Adults with Jobs is going to have difficulty keeping their 2 primary damage dealers alive in the face of all the damage that's coming from Mortal Esports.
Yeah, this is kind of scary here. I don't know.
Yeah,
well,
this last pick, I mean,
it has to be Joe, right? I mean, I don't think Murden would work in this situation. He's too targeted.
Johanna, I mean, and it's
Oh,
Muradin.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, Muradin has the hit points to survive. He also has an extra stun to help mitigate the ETC. Um, and he's got, in terms of just sheer hit points, the only percentage-based damage you're going to see is potentially from the Falstad or from the Greymane. So there are still some percentage-based damage to help deal with that Muradin HP.
Mhm.
I feel like Mortal Esports has the stronger composition currently. I think Adults with
Mhm.
Jobs I mean, this composition is based around making, the map. It's based around playing the map. But I'm worried about just how much damage they're going to be able to shell out onto this Immortal, even with the Lunara supporting, the Lunara doing the
Mhm.
damage.
Yeah. Sylvanas is a decent source of damage. I don't know. This is scary. For Adults with Jobs, because honestly, they're so weak. I mean, not weak. They're so squishy. They are.
They're really squishy. I
They're
mean,
so squishy.
Tassadar can help mitigate that. He's got, he's got some of the best single target supporting that you can ask for.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, if Greymane does overcommit, a Force Wall can absolutely lock him off and blow him up. But I'm worried about the Falstad. I'm worried about the ETC. I feel like we're going to see synergy between those two very early here. We're going to see Falstad gusting, and we're going to see some absolutely vicious Mosh follow-ups.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is gonna be rough. I'll say that.
As I said, I think Mortal Esports is favored slightly with this draft. I think Adults with Jobs the plan is going to be stall out for their damage dealers, but I just don't think Tyrande, Muradin, and Tassadar are going to have the means of stalling out just the sheer amount of damage that is in Mortal Esports' pocket. And I think if that damage is targeted towards the Immortal, Mortal Esports is going to win the DPS race. So let's get to these two teams. Let's get some introductions going on the left-hand side here in the blue trunks. Playing for Mortal Esports, we've got Esquire Sandwich on the ETC, Ghost Dragon on Greymane, Jonicles on Falstad, Laytail on Li Ming, and Deplaya on Rhaegar. In the right-hand corner, in the red trunks, we've got playing for Team Adults with Jobs. We got Retro Funk on the Tyrande, Gaz on the Muradin, Cheesy Chips on Lunara, Randy on Tassadar, and Nats on the Sylvanas.
All right, and the early dance in the mid.
They're doing a Sylvanas dive. They're just diving with Sylvanas. They're gonna lay into that tower, and it really did not work out for them there. Tons of damage taken early on by the Muradin and by Sylvanas. So I don't know if that is working out too well for Adults with Jobs. When you do a dive like that, you really want to be in the lane where there's only one individual, and they kind of did the coin toss and kind of lost the coin toss, where all 4 members of Mortal Esports were ready and waiting to deal with the 5 of Adults with Jobs. Gaz going deep, does manage to get the kill on the Rhaegar, but he falls in return.
Yeah, that was a 1 for 1. Mm-hmm. But I think Mortal might have actually come out a little bit ahead on that with the HP pools on Adults with Jobs being so low.
Yeah, and they've tapped already. So, any damage that they take right now, the mana consumption that they're going to have right now is going to be more or less permanent for the next minute here. So, in terms of talents, we're seeing Hammerang taken by the Falstad. We're seeing Power Hungry from the Li Ming, and it looks like it's going to be Colossal Totem from the Rhaegar. Totem-based build. I do like this idea. So the Rhaegar, they're going to want to get those picks. They're going to want to slow down that Lunara. They're going to want to slow down those characters with poor mobility, and lock them in for the Greymane. We may see Executioner from we may see Executioner-based builds. We may see all sorts of things with that Colossal Totem getting picked.
Yeah, that should be exciting. I mean, an Executioner build, I still have not seen a good game that really emphasizes the new changes to Executioner. I've personally played in them, but I don't think I've casted a game.
And
that
just to interrupt you real quick here, as we mentioned, adults with jobs, they've got Lunara, they've got they've got the damage. They are laying into the Immortal and are actually in the lead right now.
Wow.
So Mortal Esports, we talked about how their composition would favor the team fight, and it looks like they really aren't going for it. They are just going straight for the Immortal. And they do
what a
actually
race!
pull it off. What a race! Mortal
Holy
Esports
crap.
winning by like a fraction of an inch there. I think Tyrande got stunned by one circle, and that was literally the difference between winning and between victory and defeat there. One stun on a key player stopped it, just halted everything.
Yeah, it really shows the importance of watching for the the far near.
No, the Immortal has an attack pattern, and once you learn it, it's absolutely critical that you learn it and you feel it just intuitively. So the Immortal does get one tower, and they do drop the gate. Mortal Esports potentially looking at getting this other tower here. They're going to get forced out, though, before they can do any serious damage by adults with jobs here.
Yeah, and Sylvanas and Leeming really just dancing in bottom, not really doing much here. Really not doing much, so I just poked down there for a second to poke my head down there for a second, not really.
Like, what's going on down here? Crickets.
Yeah, just watching for the minion waves coming in. Ghost Dragon really showing why the Wisp is really helpful on this map, being able to catch sight of all these like hidden points.
Cheesy Chips is putting a ton of damage in on a ton of characters, slowing down Falstad, laying into Greymane too. Lunara is absolutely just laying on that damage. Almost 8,000 damage currently. It's absolutely phenomenal work there.
Yeah, absolutely. Holy crap, she's just like laying down. She's just topping hero damage across the board here. That's a lot of hero damage.
And I do like Eyes in the Dark as a response from the Greymane. He's got to find a way to deal with all that auto attack damage coming from the Lunara, and having that disengaged stealth is going to help him out. That's a solid, the Greymane is following a pretty standard, solid Worgen-based build, which I think is good for this map.
However, Lunara actually got the natural perspective. I'm not really a big fan of that one in particular, but in this map where sight is king, that actually comes in really handy.
And it helps mitigate that. That Eyes in the Dark. So we do see the ever critical Nature's Culling come out, and there goes the poison damage. Holy
crap!
It is absolutely absurd. And Mortal Esports. As we mentioned, they can. I feel like they can win a team fight. I feel like they can win the team fight, but they are just falling behind in terms of the sheer DPS that Adults with Jobs is able to muster.
Yeah,
and Adults with Jobs winning this one still fairly closely with a very low shield Immortal.
But this is just a trade out. They felt like they didn't really get much out of that first one, so they're going to counter push. Or split push rather. They're gonna split push here. That is really smart.
I mean, the Immortal has very low shield. I think this is a really good idea to do in these situations where your Immortal has almost no shields.
Well, I think they were also taking advantage of the fact that Rhaegar just came in.
Oh, awesome. And there's a quick pause by Esquire Sandwich. We'll see what's going on here.
Like a disconnect here. But yeah, I was going to say, Rhaegar just hopped up here. He may have been, Leeming disconnected. Okay. He may have been, going down bottom to try to defend and only, halfway realized that the opposing team was split pushing before he was able to come back in, and they were just really pushing their advantage with Sylvanas.
Oh, there's another one.
Blizz, please fix.
3-2-3. Illuminati confirmed.
Actually, you have
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, finally. Last game of the season, I can finally talk to all the players.
Oh boy. All right. Well,
is this another DDoS?
I really hope not.
I hope not too.
It's got to be frustrating for players and Blizzard alike. So, Uh,
So far we've seen adults with jobs hang in this. We were giving them we were slinging a lot of shade early on about their composition not having not having enough damage, their composition not
mhm,
being strong in the team fight. And so far I feel like they've managed to avoid a protracted team fight
mhm.
that would not benefit them. And they've managed to win one immortal, and they lost the other one narrowly, very narrowly.
Mhm. Yeah, I
So
was really surprised by that first Immortal pick up by Mortal Esports.
it was a just a it was a just a hair's breadth. It was a cat's whisper worth of damage. It was ridiculous. And like I said, I was watching, adults with jobs as they were DPSing the immortal, and I saw Toranda get picked just in the corner of one of those stuns at the very end there, and they missed out on a handful of Tyrande auto attacks and some Tyrande, damage. I did check. I wasn't sure if Hunter's Mark was available or any other like strong high damage ability was available from Tyrande, but what could have been. But anyways, they've got the immortal pushing bottom. I really like this. I like this idea when the immortal is low. And it's probably, even with support, probably only going to get a tower or two, taking your whole team and split pushing.
Hmm.
Especially with Sylvanas to lock down, especially with the couple Khazra that they have at the top there.
Uh,
All right. Oh, wow.
oh, I love these. All
Esquire
right.
sandwich with the countdown. It looks like they're ready to go. And we are back.
Yep.
Let me check real quick here. No character names. Nope. Everybody's back. And
All right.
Adults with Jobs continuing to hammer this fort.
Wow,
And
and actually taking it down. Yeah.
that's the first floor of the game.
First floor of the game goes to Adults with Jobs. This composition is doing a number here. I feel like Mortal Esports needs to be a little more aggressive in order to counter it.
I'm shocked. I'm really shocked. I feel like they should be diving right down onto Adults with Jobs during the Immortal phase. They've got the damage. They've got the divers. They've got ETC and Greymane. They have Rhaegar again to support. I feel like they should be going in and just deleting some of the squishier characters from Adults with Jobs. But we've seen them just play passively, sit back, and let them have a go at the Immortal. And I feel like if they continue doing that, the Immortals are just going to swing further and further in Adults with Jobs' favor.
Mm-hmm. And Adults with Jobs is actually doing something a little more aggressive here. Holy crap! They're actually invading the opposing team's.
Their bruiser camp, their mercenary camp, and barring some quick play from Immortal, they do. Immortal does get in, and there we go. Like we said, we get some aggression, we get some activity, and that's half the HP from the majority of Mortal Esports.
Mm-hmm.
And they did actually manage to cap the shaman, the fallen shaman camp at bottom there. So both camps pushing forward here. Both camps going to get responses from each team, and Adults with Jobs with a very hardy half-level lead, very close to level 10. And with Sylvanas pushing, they're looking to cap this bottom fort and secure that level 10 advantage, and it's going to happen.
Oh, wow. The Sylvanas plus Lunara damage. Holy crap. That's just... It's insane.
It's brutal. It's brutal.
And they actually secure an early level 10 here. Yeah, Immortal's going to definitely try their best right now to get their levels 10s before coming in.
They have to hustle this. They have to get 10 before this Immortal phase, or it is 100% guaranteed to go into Adults with Jobs' favor. Mm-hmm. And we're seeing double full-blown support. We're seeing Shadowstalk and Forceball from Tyrande and Tassadar, along with Avatar, Thornwood Vine, and Wailing Arrow.
Oh, actually, they're going for it. They're going for an objective-based fight here. Wow. And actually, Mortal got the.
Oh my God! Oh, they're so close.
There.
They're so close to 10s. There it is.
Okay, so now it's going to be an even team fight with Mosh Pit actually. Oh no! But the early ancestral.
Great ancestral keeping it Esquire sandwich in this fight here, and Mortal Esports is looking to continue. They've got the pressure going, and they've got Adults with Jobs' attention right now. Esquire sandwich taking a little bit of hurt from Gaz there. Does manage to make it out, and Mortal Esports potentially, finding a footing here. And there goes Lunara. There goes the ever-dangerous Lunara, laying that damage on her own down at the bottom.
Yeah, she's She's got to be careful though, because she's and the entire team could easily rotate onto her. And with the amount of control that they have, it's kind of dangerous. ETC is very dangerous. Yeah,
he's so hungry. He wants that mosh.
Oh, there should be one. Oh, I was gonna say right there. There it is.
They walk into it, but the stun does keep them off. Esquire Sandwich does go down, and he was just fishing just a little aggressively there. It's a little bit obviously, and I wasn't 100% sure who interrupted that one. It looked like it might have been Muradin. But with the Mighty Gust,
oh no!
Probably gonna also get picked off there with the Mighty Gust and the Force Wall.
Yeah, the Force Wall.
Here we go again. Adults with Jobs, however, does not secure the Immortal. Mortal Esports did buy enough time for the Immortal to pop in their favor with a nice healthy half shield amount. And so that thing's gonna be pushing forward, likely gonna get both these towers, likely gonna put some hurt onto the fort, and this is something that Mortal Esports desperately needed to get them back in the game. Esquire Sandwich taking huge amounts of damage though.
Yeah, forcing the Ancestral.
Ancestral has to be popped early here, and Li Ming only just now hustling back up to the front.
Yeah, I am shocked about the amount of focus they have here. Being able to take down so much of Esquire Sandwich's health.
Greymane is done. Ghost Dragon has no way out there. Gets slowed by the Li Ming, blocked off by the Force Wall, and that is all she wrote. And it's a full retreat by Esquire Sandwich.
Yeah, I am so sorry. I had very little hope for Adults with Job early on, but they are showing me that casters are not always right.
No, I have to say I like how they're playing their composition, and I think Mortal Esports is having difficulty adjusting to it. I have not seen very heavy dives from Esquire Sandwich. We got the one mosh attempt that really didn't quite go off. It was right under the Immortal during a melee phase.
Oh, this is dangerous. With Falstad at bottom, they have to go. They have to retreat here.
They're gonna bail. Esquire Sandwich is gonna bail out, as will Ghost Dragon and Laytail, and they're just gonna give that one up. Let Jonacles at bottom handle the Khazra camp, and they will handle their respective Khazra camp at top.
Yeah, that was a very scary invade. They are actually just really pushing their weight around right at this point. Believe it or not, this squishy team.
Their weight that we insisted didn't exist 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And they're gonna steal an aggressive Merc camp. This is absolutely brutal, and this camp requires immediate attention by Mortal Esports. However, Esquire Sandwich goes in ham, has the mosh, gets everybody except Lunara. So much damage going off. They managed to get 2 kills. Tassadar and Sylvanas are gone. There's a potential third one here with the Tyrande. She is not looking so hot.
Yeah, the resets are starting here.
Oh my god, that was exactly what Mortal Esports needed.
Yeah, that was a lot of damage put down all at once there. They took a forward position, and they took a risk doing that. And really I think it was the moment that they got 13s, wasn't it? That they went in.
Close, yeah. Adults with Jobs with a real cheeky, aggressive play there. And for the first time, it looks like it has backfired on them. Most of their team only just now getting back up, and it is a almost full shield Immortal to go knocking on Adults with Jobs gate.
Yeah, so now that's going to give him a little bit of opportunity here to regroup a little bit. Li Ming, running her, mana back up a little bit, and Falstad going back to recharge. But it looks like they're going to push with the Immortal here. And I think that's a smart decision at this point. You got to group up.
It's got so much shields. It's got so much push potential. You've got to make the most out of this. I think this is what you need. Falstad with a big push manages to catch Tyrande. She's getting absolutely walloped on and is brought down. Jonacles with a sliver of health does manage to escape. He's going to get filled up by Rhaegar promptly here. And that's a huge loss for Adults with Jobs early in this fight here. They wanted that Hunter's Mark for this Immortal, and they're not going to get it.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of damage that's going to come out of the Immortal in return. And they got to move back a little bit at this point. Wait for the Immortal to eat up some of those shots before they can... And they're going to be cheeky a little bit and poke with their Lunara, but there's not much they can do at this point. So Tyrande just came back up. She's going to come back in, and just in time to push them away from this front gate here.
Real quick here, going back to talents, we're seeing greater spell shield from the Lunara. I love this. How much spell damage is on Mortal Esports right now? Li Ming, Greymane, Falstad, so much spell damage, and Li Ming and Lunara is going to be a prime target. Having that greater spell shield gives them so much damage mitigation, and we're going to have another pause here shortly.
Yeah. So anything else interesting? Let's see here. Oh, geez, he does. All right.
All right, so Retro Funk with the countdown thinks things are ready, and they're just going to pick up their bruiser camp, their shaman camp. Continuing to look at the talents, we are seeing tidal waves for Rhaegar as well as the Feral Heart and the Cleanse. Just a good all-around healing build with the Colossal Totem at 1, covering all the bases, able to get a little bit of everything going there. I do like the decision to get Unfettered Assault at 13. A lot of these members on Adults with Jobs have escapes. They have movement speed abilities, and they're able to... That Unfettered Assault is able to give them that extra inch to secure the kill. Adults with Jobs retreating as a whole to help to deal with the Khazra camp at bottom. They're going to clean that up promptly here.
Yeah,
Mortal Esports handles top.
Yeah, I love the decision to move as a group here. They have sight at top with the Wisp there, so they know exactly where they are, and they're pushing with the Tyrande Owl going out as well. They're being a little cheeky here.
Yeah, all the ults are up. Disintegrate's going to be up in 5 seconds here, and ETC is looking for something.
Oh god! And what a oh my gosh! It's a trap.
They were very close. Jonicles whiffs on the Mighty Gust there though, so Mighty Gust used with no discernible effect, and it's back to the DPS race. And let's see. I mean, I feel like Adults with Jobs is going to win this one.
You think so? It's rough.
They are. Yeah, no, you're right. They're actually behind at the moment. Mortal Esports at the lead. The anticipated DPS of Adults with Jobs not quite paying off. And Mortal Esports, they are going to go for it. Adults with Jobs trying to defend here. And this is going to be a very tough defense for them.
Yeah, it's... I think what it is Greymane. We may have underestimated Greymane's potential with the ETC. ETC stability, his passive actually allows Greymane to do a lot of damage. And Laytail taking a lot of damage from that Thornwood Vine. Holy crap.
It's almost a third of their HP just gone in a few seconds.
Yeah, in one hit, really. But I think the other advantage is Lunara's damage is a lot of it is from the poison. And the poison is mitigated whenever the halftime show comes in. So... Oh, jeez, and Greymane is...
Real deep, gets gusted, is under the fire of Jonicles and Laytail. I don't think Lunar is going to be long for this world here. Oh, she does manage to sneak out. I can't believe that actually happened.
Yeah, there was actually 2 different fights going on there, with Greymane at bottom getting focused on, while Lunar was getting focused on at top. So that was really smart for both teams to be able to come out with alive. Escort Sandwich
is probably looking for a mosh, as in desperation, does manage to get out, though. And Lunar is finally picked up, and the Immortal is also down. What timing on this one? They want Lunar for that Immortal. They want a Lunar for the extra damage, and Greymane goes in a little too deep and is also picked off. So we've got a 1-for-1 trade. Lunar is going to be back up shortly before the Greymane. This one's back and forth, bud. This one's going in either way. Both teams having lost their first tier of structures. Both teams looking to get keep damage. And, Mortal Esports has a lot of push potential with this Immortal. They are looking to down a keep here.
Yeah, the Li Ming's... Did Li Ming take, let's see here.
She took... She
did.
7, I believe.
Okay, she did. All right, I was going to say...
4, pardon me.
Yeah, so she is dropping those arcane orbs left and right and really doing a number. And that was prime mosh potential there.
Prime, but Tyrande was not caught in it, so ETC did not pull the trigger. ETC did not want to waste it. Wanted to make sure that he got the most dangerous stunners in that mosh. I think that was kind of a good idea.
Yeah, that was smart. I mean, they had almost downed the keep at that point. They were just going to back off anyway, so that was just an attempt to make sure that they didn't get pounced on.
First keep goes in favor of Mortal Esports. They do down the bottom keep here of Adults with Jobs, so we're going to see catapults coming out through the bottom lane there, also supported by this Khazra camp. There's going to be a big push at bottom. I feel like this is where Mortal Esports wants to get aggressive. They're going to have the Bruiser camp, the Shaman camp, also pushing bottom. This is where they really got to get aggressive at top lane, throw their weight around at top lane, and further this lead that they have, a 2-level, about almost a level and a half lead, pardon me.
Oh!
Falstad gets a gust, and we can expect possibly a follow-up mosh pit, but Falstad is killed as a result. Ghost Dragon going ham on Cheese, and that is it. Ghost Dragon is not gonna be able to sneak out though, and is gonna be felled by this.
What a trade! Wow, that was
for the price of one though.
Yeah, that Falstad coming in was maybe a little too aggressive. I mean, I did say Mortal should be a little more aggressive, but that was really early, and they really didn't have have sight of the rest of the team, and as a response, Falstad had to go down for that.
Adults with Jobs is backing to deal with the impressive camp pressure that's coming in, getting a little bit of damage on their structures back home, taking down a tower in the middle area, taking a little bit of tickling the core a bit. But Mortal Esports is in position. They're ready to go when this Mortal arrives, as is Adults with Jobs.
So Adults with Jobs in a little bit of an advantage right now with the 4 members up instead of 3. Although missing Lunara.
Falstad is going to be able to fly in immediately, so he will be able to help support his team very quickly here. And right now...
Dead even.
Wow. That Lunara damage, missing out that Lunara damage really did help level the playing field there.
But they do have 20s now, and this is kind of dangerous. Mortal should be pushing. Mortal should be invading. I don't know. Well, maybe not.
Well, I mean, they feel they've got a good enough damage, and they do. So so Mortal Esports capping the Immortal and 20. Adults with Jobs behind by a full level, requiring some substantial amount of soak or some cheeky kills to get back into the game here. And look at this party bush being set up by Esquire Sandwich. They are going to wait until they see Adults with Jobs move on the Immortal, and then they are going to pounce.
Wow, and Adults with Jobs actually sniffing this out a little bit. Oh my gosh.
Oh, the Star Sense. Oh, Cheesy Chips getting a whiff of something here.
Yeah, they saw the tower, or they saw them walk past the tower there. So Esquire Sandwich is promptly destroying the tower
destroys that gate. They're like, we don't want to even...
Sorry, not tower. Building.
And here we go. Mortal Esports going right for the core. Doing a little bit of shield damage there, but nothing substantial. Adults with Jobs in position. And with that, having to disengage from the Immortal does pick up the keep in top lane.
Yeah, that was smart. Do a split push there and actually put some extra pressure in and play it safe. I mean, they're really just making sure that they're able to capitalize on this. And what a party bush here. Oh my gosh.
The ambush is real, but they get sniffed out. It gets sniffed out big time
Lunara.
by Oh my god. So the Lunara really just
saving the day there.
Oh my god. It's like the spider sense was tingling. The deer sense was tingling with Lunara. I don't know if deers have like supernatural senses or something, but
hunters would tell you that they do.
I would imagine that a very talented comic book writer could make Deer Man a compelling character. He's got a family support.
Yeah, he doesn't have a plural.
So right now, Adults with Jobs kind of on the back foot. They did just receive their level 20 upgrades. We're seeing Forest Wrath, the improved Thornwood Vines range. We're seeing Hardened Shield for improved protection for the Muradin. We did see Give Him the Axe at 16 for the Muradin, so attacking, it's basically the Muradin version of Executioner. We didn't see any sort of Executioner pickup from Mortal Esports. I would have loved to have seen that, though. Yeah, Epic Mounts. We're seeing Death Metal as well. So Esquire respecting the damage that Adults with Jobs is able to put out and realizing that I'm probably gonna die sometime here, and wanting to make the most of that for his team.
We see storm shields on both sides, and so the fights are going to be a little bit more prolonged, hopefully. And actually,
Double storm shield from Adults with Jobs.
Oh, really?
Picked up by Toranda.
Oh,
and
there it is.
Tassadar, yeah.
Yeah, wow. So they really want to survive during these, and wow, that's so much damage coming out of Mortal Esports towards
Adults
Immortal.
with Jobs, they weren't in position in time, and Mortal Esports just dove on it. And this is it. This is where you've got to make a stand. And Gaz taking heaps of damage, as is ETC. There is the mosh pit. It catches Gaz, the Muradin, not the target that you want to get there. And that's a big pickup for Adults with Jobs.
Yeah, that is the best defense you could have asked for. Getting rid of the... Oh, God, Gaz going so low there. Storm Shield's coming out.
With Ghost Dragon so hurt. Oh, my gosh. That is going to be it. He's going to get killed by poison.
He is, yeah. So they immediately disengaged to let him die on his own. And Tassadar really trying to push forward towards that Falstad. And Falstad is too, so he has to go back. So we have two people defending. There's no opportunity for Immortal Esports to go out and sneak the Immortal at this point. They have to. It's all hands on deck here.
Sylvanas pushing forward, which means this is going to be an unstoppable push until somebody brings her down. Lots of damage going out, though, onto Adults with Jobs, and that may be enough to deter them right now.
Oh, but no. Li Ming is too far forward.
Too forward. Laytail does not get the Ancestral Healing nor the Storm Shield, and that is it. This is looking disastrous for Mortal Esports. Everything was going in their favor. They had the keeps down. They had all they needed. But the Winions! Look at the core health! The core is going down for Adults with Jobs. It's at 7%. They're not going to make it.
The mosh. The 4-man mosh. Just, wow. At the very end, just giving that extra few seconds there. Wow. What an end. This is a close game, New Type. Wow, what a close game. Holy crap. Oh.
All right, so where do we want to start with that one?
Oh, wow. I don't even know. Where do we start? Oh.
All right, well,
go ahead.
So our initial estimate of how that game was going to play out at the beginning there really did not, we were really, I was sitting here with my foot in my mouth for the first half of that game. I was thinking to myself, oh man, Adults with Jobs is going to get pounced and they're going to get absolutely shreked by Mortal Esports and all their dead. Oh, they lost another Immortal. Adults with Jobs is going to win all the Immortal. Oh, wow, okay. So, I mean, that one, that one really did not play out the way that I was expecting it to initially. Now, towards the end, when Mortal Esports started engaging, when they started diving with the mosh pits, we started to see the engagements play out a little more like we thought they would. But man, that early game from Adults with Jobs was crazy. I was expecting them, to get pounced on. I was expecting them to not pick up, Immortals due to having characters down, and they managed to play it safe. They managed to win Immortal fights, and then Mortal Esports just something clicked, and they just took the game away.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh man, for sure with that Sylvanas push, with the staggered deaths, that Adults with Jobs was going to just suddenly, clutch this one and snatch victory from the jaws of defeat.
Oh, what a close match!
When they were working down that keep, I look up at the top of the screen and I see Adults with Jobs with like 50% core health, and I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on? And oh my gosh, what a base race!
Yeah, seriously, that was so close. 11-7 on kills. I mean, let's see here. Lunara doing a number on the team. Oh my gosh, 57,000 damage.
What did we talk about earlier in terms of like second map picks? What do we get?
Yeah, Tomb of the Spider Queen.
Yeah. So we may not be able to talk about gameplay and compositions and stuff, but we know how to pick maps.
I mean, that comp was dangerous. Obviously, it did a lot more damage than I thought it would, and it was our bad for underestimating that. I mean, I was
very impressed. I was very impressed with Adults with Jobs. That one was so close. It went both directions. There was so much potential for each team. It swung back and forth. Mortal Esports, I feel, really put the boot down in the late game there. But that botched engagement, that
Mm-hmm.
one engagement where Falstad got the gust off, but sort of overextended to do so. There was no follow up. There was no really effective killing blow follow up like a mosh pit or anything like that. And suddenly, boom, they're down their two biggest, they're two of their critical damage dealers. Li Ming is left having to deal with the whole Adults with Jobs teams minus Lunara, and suddenly they have a Sylvanas push that can't be stopped.
Yeah.
And it's like, holy cow, what do we do? What do we do? We kick back. We pour ourselves a we kick back. We get a daiquiri or something nice. We watch the minions just lay into the core and win the game for us.
Yeah, that really showcases the power, the pressure, of of taking down the core, the keeps
Now,
buildings.
Do you think? I'm so curious. Do you think they noticed that, Adults with Jobs? Do you think that was something that they said, oh God, we have like 10%, we have like 50% hit points left?
No, I don't think so, because like when you're that close to coring the other team, I mean, you got to push as hard as you can, right? You don't really notice a base race going on.
I think I agree with you. I think that snuck up on them,
Mm-hmm.
or you would have seen one person at least go back to aggro the minions.
Mm-hmm.
I think if somebody notices that, it could have been a completely different game. You have Tassadar head back. Tassadar lays into the minions at home, saves the core, and suddenly the top keep is felled. Mortal Esports loses their top keep. They're still down a person, and the game we've basically reset the top lane. I don't know. That was a one way to end it though. This back and forth action, Mortal Esports dominating, almost tripping at the finish line. So it was pretty nice.
Yeah, and Retrofunk did make a good point about when letting the Immortal take the keep whenever they went towards core.
Mm-hmm.
That was so close. It was just the lobby chat really emphasizing our emotions here.
Yeah, and we brought that up, that really really solid shot calling with I want to say maybe the second or third last Immortal, where Mortal Esports decided, okay, we're gonna lay pressure onto the keep, we're gonna take some heat off of our Immortal, and John, I was about to fly and core you guys.
No, it was, had they, I don't know, had Falstad survived that gust at the at the top push at the end of the game there, that might have been a different engagement altogether. What do you think?
Like Adults with Jobs pulls back, Adults with Jobs cleans out their lanes, resets. I would agree with you.
Yeah.
I think killing Falstad there, they got it. It happens to the best of us. Oh, we got the kill. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's get put the blinders on. You see that keep that looks so juicy, so easy to kill after level 20.
Yeah, there was two down too. They were missing a Murden. They were missing like.
They were missing Falstad and
ETC. Sorry.
I think they lost ETC towards the end of that one, but I think ETC was still up early or at the conclusion of that top engagement. I think it was Falstad and Greymane that went down, or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I have to look at it again. But that was a fun one. That was a tough one. And then then Li Ming got caught as well by the force wall immediately after. So
so many good plays.
If Falstad doesn't die there, and it's just sort of like this really awkward, like we did damage, you did damage engagement, I think Adults with Jobs pulls back, they clean out their lanes, and they don't get cored by the Winions. I think, as odd as it sounds, I think Falstad dying there won them the game.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's true. When you get that opportunity, or when I get that opportunity anyway, the blinders go on. I mean, it's like core, everyone, core Dow, everyone's drop what you're
Mhm.
doing,
Mhm.
walk towards core, right click the core, and win. And there was just, the push was just a little slow. There just wasn't enough push with the loss of Greymane, or no,
With the loss of Lunara.
Lunara. I'm sorry. Yeah, Lunara putting on so much damage to the best, the best specialist in the game. Lunara
Mhm.
just wasn't in that fight, and it just it was a different game. The game came out the way it did because Falstad died.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it, but I feel like,
Hmm.
you know, I feel like that would be most folks' reaction. We got the kill. Let's push
Hmm.
forward. And in reality, pushing forward to that degree, to that extent, is what ended up actually bringing
Hmm.
them down.
Yeah. So we are ready to get into round two of this best of three here, and looks like both teams have just finished readying up, and we have adults with jobs doing the first ban here.
Yep.
So,
So,
Team of the Spider Queen, do you think we're going to see a Sylvanas ban?
I mean, it was adults with jobs that played Sylvanas last, and if they want her again, they certainly will have access to her with the
Mhm.
first pick. We see Zagara banned instead.
Okay.
I think that's fine. Zagara is so good on this map. Her ability to goaltend the turn-in points is second to none. Only Tassadar maybe has as good
Lunara.
long range air. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, the wisp is a good way of
Oh my gosh, that play when Lunara sniffed out the
the party
the
bush.
party bush. Oh my
No
gosh,
part, no party. The party is canceled. Take your keg and go home.
Lunara was the police officer coming around checking for
Oh
ID.
yeah. Oh my god, the popo,
Oh,
the Luna.
so
Everybody, I know. I don't remember anything. I swear. Mortal Esports banning the Illidan.
mhm.
We saw them ban Illidan last time as well. I'm wondering. I have to look at adults with jobs. I'm wondering if this is a favored pick of theirs, something that they run consistently. Zool, great pick. Really solid from adults with jobs, showing they have an understanding of the map. Uh, Having that push potential with Zool
Mhm.
is great. Having Sylvanas to counter him is also a really good option. So Mortal Esports taking the Sylvanas away from adults with jobs, supplementing it with Kael'thas.
Wow,
Oh goodness.
Li Ming making it through the first round here. What is going? Or sorry, the first picks here. What is going on here? Do you think Li Ming's going to get picked up by adults with jobs?
I think Zool is a more viable pick for this specific map
Hmm.
than Li Ming in the first pick.
Okay.
I really do. Like he gets so much push from being the tightly knit lanes. He can
Hmm.
bounce from mid to top or mid to bottom and really add extra value to every push. I think Zool is absolutely phenomenal on this map. I love it. Rhaegar picked up to support as well. We're going to have lots of slows, lots of roots as well from the Zool and the Rhaegar. I'd love to see some blow up damage. I would like to see Li Ming here.
Hmm. Yeah, Li Ming would be good. To counter that Kael'thas, really. Um, Li Ming has the ability to basically what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, jeez.
If the right reset
Artillery.
yeah,
Yeah.
if the right reset is hit, I mean, she's got a more effective range than Kael'thas.
Hmm.
Flame Strike is very good, but it's not as reliable as a Q and a W from Li Ming, and we do see Li Ming picked up by adults
Hmm.
with jobs. Uh,
Yeah.
so adults with jobs having picked out a healer already. We did see him go with a double support composition last round. Mortal Esports with a more standard traditional single support. Do we see supports get banned here? Do we see tanks get banned here? I think.
Probably a tank out of Mortal, right?
Do we
Maybe
do we
Muradin.
do we see the respect ban of ETC from adults with jobs?
ETC is actually something you don't want to fight against on this map. So yeah, I would suspect an ETC ban would be
I like
reasonable, but it might actually be a healer ban.
I like the Sonya ban. Sonya is a great laner.
Mhm.
She's very good at managing a lane.
Mhm.
She's great at pushing and she's got Leap and Wrath of the Berserker. She's got really strong abilities that help her deal with Kael'thas and Sylvanas. Being able to get right on top of Kael'thas is a nightmare. And we see Brightwing banned by adults with jobs. I think, you know, a support with reasonable lane clear and, you know, I think Brightwing is just Brightwing's in just a reasonable spot to have. I'm not certain. I'm not certain of this Brightwing pick. I'll be completely honest.
I think that might be targeted towards what they're going to be picking for a tank. I think they're going to be picking ETC again.
Adults with jobs.
Yes.
They picked. It was It was Mortal Esports that picked. I'm not certain on this Brightwing pick. Honestly, I'll be completely 100%. I'm not seeing. There's not too much like bursty dive like Greymane on adults with jobs that they would like be worried about them getting polymorphed. There's no like heavy, you know, frontliner that they're worried about getting polymorphed. And we're seeing a new Nubarak picked out by Mortal Esports, and I would expect a healer at this point.
Morales?
I don't think so. Not supporting a new Nubarak. I think this would be more of a charism play.
You think so? Okay, that's
the
fair.
the problem is if a new Nubarak goes in too deep with a dive, Morales has no safe way of backing him up, whereas the Monk charism has a couple more options available. Mortal Esports going deep into their time pool here. We got about 15 seconds left on this pick before it randoms something, and we never love it. We love it and we hate it when that happens.
Yeah.
And there's the charism.
Okay, I was gonna say, Anubarak is actually a great tank against Li Ming. With the dampen magic and the bugs, I mean, Anubarak is very, very good.
And I mean, what are you know some of Zul's best abilities? And we see Johanna and Greymane picked up very quickly by adults with jobs. There's the divers. So you were correct. Brightwing was picked to enable the Greymane. It was picked in preparation for their eventual pick of Greymane. And that is going to be a nightmare. And we see the Skeleton King Leoric.
Oh baby, I have not seen Leoric in a serious match in a while.
What is this madness? Oh,
I mean, he was recently buffed, so
I love me some Leoric. I love it. I loved Leoric when he was heinously overpowered. I loved playing Leoric when it was a guaranteed win for my team.
Good point. Yep.
It's good to see the Skeleton King back, and I mean they've got the hard CC with the new Nubarak. They've got Leoric to follow up. We will see, you know, Johanna with a fair amount of hit points to for Leoric to cast his Drain Hope off of. Very even draft, I'll be honest. I think Rhaegar and Greymane have enough dive potential to potentially get at Kael'thas. I think if Kael'thas is out of position and gets rooted by Zul, he is gone. He's just deleted. His life is over. You know, but at the same time, you know, if Kael'thas gets the gravity lapse off on Greymane, point blank, Leoric is going to chomp him. Sylvanas is going to chomp him, and Kael'thas is still really freaking good. Despite those recent setbacks, Kael'thas is still really freaking good.
I mean,
He's
you know,
so
death was only a setback, right?
I mean, is anything not a setback for this guy?
No, it's just they're just sudden buffs. You know, everything's a buff actually.
Oh God, it's an eventual buff. It's like, oh, you nerfed my chain bomb damage. Well, in 2 months it'll be back up to where it was. So I'm just gonna look at this as a long-term buff.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Some top tier portrait synergy with a crazed, coked out monkey and a thumbs up sign from our teams.
Catch the monkey.
Yeah, apparently. God, those were the days. I'm glad we don't have to do that sort of thing anymore. I'll be completely honest. Chase.
At the same time, free gold was always nice.
Free cash was nice. Yeah.
Yeah. It was.
Alrighty.
So we are
get this show on the road. Entering our second match of this set. Currently up 1-0 in the left-hand side here in the blue trunks. We have Mortal Esports. We have Esquire Sandwich on the Anubarak. We have Ghost Dragon on Kael'thas. Deplaya on Leoric. Hearts to Deplaya. We got Jonacles on the Sylvanas and Laytail on Karazim.
Yep, I need to figure out how to... Hold on, wait a minute. It's Alt.
On the right-hand side here, currently down 0-1 on this set. We have Adults with Jobs. We've got Retro Funk on the Greymane, Cheese Chips on Li Ming, Nats on Rhaegar, Gaz on the Johanna, and Randy on the Zool. We love Randy.
All right. Just going to click this stupid... Okay, sorry. I need to get the score going.
So Adults with Jobs prowling through the middle, but Mortal Esports not taking the bait. They go for a hard dive at top with Sylvanas and get a freebie tower immediately, and Deplaya is going to have to hightail it out of there, and does so with that Ghost Walk. Sneaky, sneaky plays from Mortal Esports, getting a tower for free early in the game here.
Yeah, very early tower there, especially with that Sylvanas. I mean, this was the failed Sylvanas push at the beginning of Battlefield of Eternity from Adults with Jobs side, but they made it work this time around.
I mean, in this situation, they kind of had a fair idea. Okay, there's nobody in any of the lanes. They couldn't see anybody anywhere, so they just went for it, and it paid off. So that means one less tower that's going to be firing at top. That means a lot less ammunition that's going to be available to Adults with Jobs, and taking a lot of damage there in the middle from Kael'thas chain bombs.
Yep, those chain bombs is just still deadly.
So scary.
So scary. The inability for people to split is scary.
Oh, so scary.
So,
What are you talking about, man? In my awesome top tier rank Hero League games, everyone knows how to split from Kael'thas, bro. Actually, I think no one knows how to split from Kael'thas because he never gets played in Hero League.
That's true. That's absolutely true. He is a first ban, or second ban.
He's first banned every single game.
Yeah.
Kael'thas going in deep, looking to get some chunks on Randy. Does get a lot of damage in, but Ghost Dragon has to hightail it out of there because Johanna and Rhaegar are hungry for blood. They wanted Kael'thas blood and just barely didn't get it.
Mm-hmm. So the rotation down to mid on Adults with Jobs is just to clear. They're just splitting rotations at this point.
Yeah,
like they're
this is a high level game. You're seeing the four stick together. You're seeing the four rotate, and what they're gonna wait for is they're gonna wait for a straggler. They're gonna wait for somebody who isn't as tightly bound to the rest of the team. They're gonna wait for Greymane at bottom to overextend or something like that before they make a move.
Mm-hmm. They're gonna wait for this turn in from Johanna here, or turn in attempt. But it is Johanna, so it's not like they could do much to her.
Yeah, they tickled her real furiously there.
So Greymane and Anub'arak just bouncing back and forth at bottom here. Not really much to talk about. Just, yeah. So the real excitement still in mid.
Mortal Esports with a slight edge in gems.
Yeah, and that Johanna's actually going to get this turn in. Wow. Okay.
Nice.
Sneak the turn in. Looks like the gem counts are about equivalent. Maybe down to...
Sandwich. Oh my goodness, at bottom. Anub'arak taking a ton of damage from Retro Funk is going to have to hide for a bit behind the towers. Does tap and re-engage, but that was a close one there.
Yep. Looks like Mortal does have a turn... Or both teams have turn-ins. They're just trying to figure out how to make it work here. So, any interesting things coming out of the talents?
Let's take a quick peek here. We saw Dampen Magic, as expected, from Anub'arak, as well as a D-based build from Kael'thas. We're seeing Felon Fusion and Mana Tap at 1 and 4, respectively.
Oh.
Reanimation, despite its somewhat nerf, was taken by Leoric, and wow, Randy barely making it out after getting caught in a sandwich. And, oh my gosh, Kael'thas almost securing the kill there.
Yeah, Randy was trying to interrupt because he did see the turn-in coming in, and he wanted to interrupt it, and almost paid for it.
That was very close. And, I mean, Mortal Esports with 42 of 50 currently, they just need an 8-gem turn-in, which, is available to them on a couple of heroes here. Actually, just the one, just the Anub'arak.
Yeah, what a close game so far. Wow, it's been... so back and forth. The XP is almost identical at this point.
Yeah, both teams hitting 7 right now, and we're seeing A very similar build, leaning build, power hungry dominance. We're seeing Seeker now at 7 instead of Triumvirate. Yeah, both teams just looking to secure this turn in. They can't quite find it yet. Yeah. Solid, skeleton build from the Zool. We saw Gravity Crush at 7 from the Kael'thas. No surprise there. And now it's paying off. Tons of damage going out onto Nats right now from that Gravity Crush. Absolutely brutal. And Mortal Esports is able to get a couple more gems in the bank, but they still don't quite have the turn in yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so much damage going out from Li Ming. Li Ming's just doing a great job of poking. She's Chips was playing Lunara last time with the pokes, and this time, Li Ming also with the pokes. Esquire Sandwich is really trying to get that last little bit turned in here. They're just rotating at top and bottom, just try to find a missing, 5 seconds or so where they turn in.
Yeah, the Funk is eventually forced out there, but Adults with Jobs does right.
Oh, Late Tail!
Late Tail is brought down, but Gaz is in a response. It is a melee. It is a brawl, and there goes Esquire Sandwich. That is actually a big loss for Mortal Esports. They got to pick those gems up. Randy almost killing Jonacles, and Cheese Chips misses the initial shot, but gets the second one there.
Wow.
Huge scrap at the bottom turn-in point. And it's actually going to go in Adults with Jobs' favor. They're going to get the turn-in. They're going to get the web weavers. And they're going to get this big push here.
And Li Ming has to be careful here because she's
Chips is done.
Yeah.
Look at that Gravity Crush damage. Holy crap. Ghost Dragon, so irritated at the loss of that team fight, just had to let that rage out. And Li Ming was the unwitting recipient of that damage.
Yeah, she was a little far forward, and she got punished for it almost immediately. She, was trying to put that last little bit of damage on those towers. But Adults with Jobs did get the first spiders here. So they're going to push a little bit. Retrofunk really trying to snipe that Esquire Sandwich, really trying to get a piece of that. And they're doing a serious push in mid to try to make the best of their spiders here.
Retrofunk's going to get some damage at bottom. He actually mounts up. They have 10s. Level 10 abilities have come out almost immediately used. We saw Go for the Throat, Ancestral Healing. We saw Skeletal Mages as well as Blessed Shield and Disintegrate. Shield and Disintegrate are still available for Adults with Jobs. Very close here.
Yeah, and they're rotating down to bottom, and it's gonna be a full-on fight here at bottom. They are trying to flank here. Mortal Esports is trying to flank, and it looks like they are just barely able to escape here. They saw it coming, and they oh my gosh, the splits, the anti-splits. Oh, yeah. Oh, Greymane almost going down to that AoE damage from the
Pyroblast.
From the bomb, actually.
Well, speaking of Pyroblast, it was taken by Kael'thas as well as Locust Swarm, Entomb, Wailing Arrow, and Divine Palm. I love seeing Entomb. Some mobility on Adults with Jobs. They do have the Li Ming blink, but for the most part, their team is fairly immobile and is not going to be able to get out of those Entombs. So Leoric looking for big Entombs. He's going to be looking for Retro Funk. He doesn't quite have Entomb up yet, though, so that's not going to be an option.
Yeah. And
the play has got to get out of there. He's hurting and does manage to escape.
Yeah, Adults with Jobs is doing a great job at goaltending right here, with Li Ming actually doing the counter, the revenge kill there.
And that's a huge number of gems lost on Kael'thas. Huge number of gems. Adults with Jobs now with 60, almost prepared for a full turn-in.
They might be able to take down this middle tower here. Oh, yeah, there it is.
They're just going to go. They go for the mid fort, and they're going to go turn in right now. Gaz at bottom. We see Randy at top with the turn in, and Nats as well. And Mortal Esports got to get some momentum. Got to get a kick here and get a web weaver phase of their own to generate some traction here, because right now they're starting to skid out. Adults with Jobs is taking the map, and they are taking the objective very aggressively.
Yeah, they lost half their gems actually when Kael'thas died. Just by the way, it was almost 20 or 25 gems that was lost. So with Siege Giants at bottom almost taking down the fort there, It's going to be all hands on deck to mid and bottom. And looks like Adults with Jobs is trying to do something cheeky here, catching Sylvanas out. This is actually going to be a dangerous situation for Mortal Esports to be in.
Retro Funk guarding those gems until they go away. That's another big loss of gems for Mortal Esports. And, I mean, they're going to push this bottom fort down. They're going to grind this one out. And I expect them to... Oh, the Entomb barely missing Retro Funk. Oh, he's a smooth criminal. He hustles out of there and manages to escape, gets back to his team, and they rotate the middle.
Randy going really in deep there, but with Gaz nearby, that's not unexpected. And Leoric really has to move back a little bit to avoid all that damage there. And the Webweaver's just doing a number. Bottom's going to be probably the keep walls, and then top, they're just going to push with top here and take down that fort.
Oh, that was my bad. I'm good. I'm back.
Okay, you back? All right.
I'm gonna be back. Just go on without me, my friend.
So, Adults with Jobs actually has the 13s here, and they are getting in position here to defend. They do not have a turn in this time around. That would have been nuts. But
yeah, 3 in a row. This aggressively would be disastrous for Mortal Esports.
Yeah, and an early silence whaling arrow used, catching only Randy, sorry, Retrofunk. That was a little bit of a wasted ult right there. Not really catching much of the team there, and they're...
Oh my gosh, Esquire Sandwich is really deep, and the whole team is there to pounce on him. Adults with Jobs going ham. Does manage to get out, Esquire Sandwich does. And, oh my gosh, that could have been disastrous if it was any other tank. Blue Web Weavers are dropping down, getting Mortal Esports the breather they needed to get back in this. Retro Funk kind of bruised at the moment. And Mortal Esports looking to push top lane, it looks like. Always a good lane to push if you have the option, of all three, because that gives you better boss value as the game goes on.
Yeah, so...
they're pushing in real deep.
Oh, wow.
And also, Jobs is coming in from the behind here. I don't know how aggressive they want to be with this one. It looks like they're just going to filter in. Gaz goes in ham, as does Randy. They surprise flanking Skeletal Mages. Huge damage going out. Does manage to catch Retro Funk, though. But Mortal Esports with very limited HP. We're going to have to see a palm come out soon here. Yeah. Or are we?
Oh my gosh, the palm is just not out. Wow.
They don't need it. They managed to survive.
Oh my gosh. Wow, that's so much, it's so close. They just were not able to focus down any one hero, and so they have to turn around and finish off that Web Weaver in order for them to maintain.
And Mortal Esports, the pendulum swings. They are back in it right now with Sylvanas pushing this team forward. The Web Weaver's going to get this middle fort, and bottom fort still having a fair amount of HP.
And the Entomb goes out, and Randy's going to go down there. The Ancestral just not coming out fast enough, and Randy does go out, but they were not able to capitalize on any other heroes here. Just losing one. And they do have a full turn-in ready to go here for...
And they're just going. They are ready. They know that Adults with Jobs cannot win the 5-on-4. And they just go right for it. They go right for it, and that is a 1-2 punch with the Web Weavers. Mortal Esports turning this game right back around, and they are back in at Synth.
Wow. What a pendulum.
They are at an advantage right now. They have a higher health top fort. The bottom fort is probably going to get down with this Web Weaver assault, and they're looking to do damage on the keep tier structures for this push.
Ooh. You know,
like that, man.
Yeah, this game.
We do see Greymane picked up in that Entomb. Ancestral goes off. He does manage to jump onto Kael'thas, but Kael'thas brings him down as well. Huge damage going out. Esquire Sandwich in a bit of a pinch here. No palm to save him, and that is just absolutely devastating for Mortal Esports. They do, however, catch Johanna, and that is a huge pickup for them.
Yeah, no tank.
Adults with Jobs having to retreat. Cheesy Chips looking to zone people out with that heavy damage. And that is, that is a boon for Mortal Esports. It looked dangerous there with them losing Esquire, but they were able to respond. They were able to get that Johanna kill and keep this push in their favor.
Yeah, the 16s are out, and the 16s are such a huge damage tier for a lot of heroes, and having the Leoric in makes sure that they are able to keep going here a little bit. Having the second
big damage.
Oh,
palmed
great
at the last
palm.
second, but
Laytail does have to go down for that.
Yep. And Deplaya is not going to survive either. So at the end of the day, that palm was kind of wasted.
Yeah, they were not able to get back in time here. Nubrak just barely making it back into the fight here to make sure Retrofunk doesn't catch Sylvanas. Woo, what a fight. And bottom is still pushing.
Bottom is still pushing. And we do have a pause. Randy pausing the game here. We lose somebody. Let's take a peek.
Yeah. We are running very close to our next cast here as well. So need to...
Dun, dun, dun.
I know, right?
All right, so there we go. We're getting readies from the team. Retrofunk with the countdown, and we are getting right back into it. This is a pretty close match. Top keep hanging on by a sliver. I'd love to see somebody I'd love to see Leoric just go up there, knock it down. If you lose Leoric, it's not as devastating as losing another character. He's able to hop back up real quick. Big turn-ins from Tulsa Jobs. They dump their gems in preparation for this next team fight. And his next team fight is here. There goes the damage. Randy goes in deep. He's kind of isolated at the moment. Gets picked up by Kael'thas. There goes the flame. Oh my God! The Pyroblast catches. The Flame Strike catches. Gaz is caught in the Entomb, but I don't think there's going to be a huge amount of follow-up to deal with him. We do see a lot of damage going out, though, and Gaz may be able to escape here.
Yeah, Gaz, Johanna, the unstoppable wall, really showing her power here. And Esquire Sandwich taking a lot of damage from Li Ming. Holy crap.
They do get the Ancestral out, though. Nat's forced to use the Ancestral to bail Gaz out. That is one cooldown that is going to be off for another 90 seconds. So Mortal Esports feeling very strong about that push.
Yeah, they're really trying to push their weight around a little bit, trying to make sure that that Adults with Jobs doesn't get another turn in here, because a turn in at this point would be hard to defend against. Not hard. Would be devastating to their lead.
It'd be a breather for Adults with Jobs, which they're desperately in need of right now, and they do catch it. They do get the breather. Now their bot lane and mid lane are sort of in middle. Top lane, they're not going to see a lot of progress there. It's mostly just going to push that lane out, but it does protect that top keep. That top keep is going to survive for a little while longer. We're seeing Mortal Esports push through bottom. They're going to burn out this Web Weaver, and then we're going to see them rotate back to top and rotate back to mid to deal with Adults with Jobs.
Yeah, top isn't even going to reach the fort tower, I'll be honest with you.
No, it's going to get brought down well before that.
But they are going to put some pressure on mid here. Adults with Jobs is actually going to take down the fort wall here, and get it in ready to go for this Web Weaver to put some damage out on the keep.
Yeah, Mortal Esports, they all tuck tail and head home, and they're going to bring this Web Weaver down lickety split with minimal damage to the keep. It's about 50, maybe 60% of its hit points. And as we mentioned, that top level Web Weaver at 50% health, barely just now making it to the gate level of the top fort. Yeah,
great defense coming out of. Oh my gosh, and the Ancestral forced out on Gaz again.
Esquire Sandwich is brought down. No palm in time from Laytail. Retrofunk going ham, and he is barely going to survive, as is Kael'thas. And both teams putting the damage on, but it is Anubrak who is dropped. Leoric also dropped. Leoric will be back up relatively promptly, though. And they save the top fort, do they? And I love this. Adults with Jobs.
Oh my gosh.
The boss. They've got a serious advantage right now. They're a little bit bruised, but they don't care. They don't afraid of anything. That boss is going to go down in a moment here. And like we said, this is the breather that Adults with Jobs needed.
Wow. So the boss is picked up at top here. No contest from. Oh my gosh, Leoric has to back out quickly there.
Well, I love what he's doing. Actually, he's buying time for his team at bottom. They're grabbing a turn in. They only need 3 gems to get a full turn in.
Oh, so close.
And I feel like Sylvanas is just going to go ham, going to grab these bottom gems here and swing right back around for the turnaround. But Zul and Li Ming are going to be in position, I feel. They're going to... you only grab one gem? Yeah, she's hustling out. Sylvanas is worried about getting pinched by that Zul and that Li Ming, and she is hustling out of there. I think that's a good call.
Yeah, they're going to grab
Not worth it to die here.
They're going to grab the coins up at top here where the boss is. So that's not going to be a big concern. But they have to watch out for a turn-in. I mean, I'm sorry, caster math.
Adults with Jobs not quite there yet, but they're getting there. They're getting there. If they soak up some of these lanes, they get some of these gems, they are certainly in a dangerous position here.
Yeah, they're going to drop off a bunch of their coins here for this next fight, just in case.
Always a good idea if you're the tank to unload that, because you never know you never know which one's got your name on it. Now, blue web weavers do descend. There's a fair push at top. We're seeing, I think, we're seeing Letail consider going up there, but no. Fair push at top. That keep is probably going to go down. And they've got a reasonable push in mid with those bruisers pushing through. So heavy push in mid, heavy push at top. Bottom, not so much, but the real objective right now is to bring that keep down.
Yeah, and it is like, a sneeze could take down that keep at top here. So they're gonna put in as much of a defense as they can with the early early mages going down, and actually, oh my gosh, 2 members caught in the.
But can they follow up? They barely get gas down. The Zul is brought down. Retrofunk taking heaps of damage. Palm does go off and is popped. So that is a full respawn, and it's a huge number of kills. Mortal Esports locking this one in. It's a full team wipe post 20, and that is going to be it. Mortal Esports is going ham on the core, and that is the game. Adults with Jobs putting in a huge effort, swinging this one back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, but that decisive team fight win at the end there, locking this one away. That's one for the books.
Absolutely. Wow, what a last fight there. That was intense with the the palm on Karazim ensuring the win there for Mortal Esports. So good game. Wow. Great game.
That was really enjoyable. Really fun to watch. Really fun to cast. Back and forth. Hard to discern who would be the winner in that one. Very even in terms of kills. We had 13 to 11. Very even in terms of XP. Very close throughout the course of the game. No weak links, no, garish misplays. It was just solid all around play from both teams. And we saw a missed base race win game 1, and we saw just a critical late game team fight, be the deciding factor in game 2.
Wow. Whew. So that is a 2-0 win for Mortal Esports. But looking at it from a surface point of view, that seems rough. But
Mortal Esports probably rolled those guys.
But what a close match! Wow.
Yeah. No, don't let the scoreboard fool you. These games could have gone either way. It was just a couple small little things here and there. I feel like Adults with Jobs ruled the early and the mid game with an iron fist on this map. They were cracking down Mortal Esports. Yeah. They got the big kill on Kael'thas, erasing 30 gems. They got, big kills. They got, numerous web weavers in a row. And then in Mortal Esports, they got that one critical turn-in that took them out of the mid game, and that set them up for that really, really powerful late game. It got them set up to take that keep. It got them lots of kills. It got them some map presence. It let them down those forts. It was great. Yeah. Oh, what a great turnaround. What a solid matchup.
Absolutely. So, unfortunately, we are running very close to our other match here, so I'm going to do a quick transition here.
We have 120 seconds. How about?
Yeah. So, give me 1 second. I'm going to stop this stream.